Back Row Ministry of the World Premiere, coming live and direct from the Dodge Ram Studios. How's everybody doing this morning? Beautiful Tuesday morning. What is in the news today? Well, if everyone kind of peeped my last video, the State of the Union, which is effed up, we now see the end of Trump, which is here, started yesterday, and it'll begin and continue to roll on until, I would say, sometime in the spring, but we're at the end of Trump. Started off in the last days, now we finally come to the finale of one of the worst presidential scripts of all time. At least, Barack's script was a little bit more entertaining. This script has just been ridiculous, to say the least. But how did the script begin? How does the end of Trump begin? Well, with the State of the Union address, where Trump gets up there and says how great the financial institution and financial system of America is. And then on Friday, the stock market plunges 666 points. And I want all you to pay attention to the number that I said, because this is the way that they mock us. They use us as mockery. They use us as fools. They use us as a part of their, rigged game. The financial rigging of 2008, where they told us when Barack was about to get in office that, the banks, they're about to fold under, and the car companies are about to fold, and they need money immediately. Now, prior to 2 months before this big announcement, nothing was going on. Nobody knew anything. Suddenly, George Bush gets on TV and says the banks are about to fall under, and if we don't give them money, then all hell is going to break loose and everybody's going to be poor. It's coming from the same person who stiffed everybody in the housing game and came off with large amounts of property for his rich buddy cohorts. But suddenly, the financial market was about to fall under. And no one knew about this, not even certain members of Congress. A lot of people in Congress like, okay, where did this come from? They put Barack Obama on TV. Barack says what he has to say about how we need to get behind Bushy to save the world. And one of the biggest robberies in American history took place, all under President Barack Obama. So anytime people say, well, Barack is a saint, Barack is just another puppet. He's a black puppet. That's it. He's got the same strings as any other president, and they use Barack to get to African Americans and get us to agree to all sorts of stupid stuff. He passed all sorts of bills under his guise of his color, and we went along with it, instead of looking at him like any other politician. So here we are again. You had a bunch of stupid people who voted for a guy who's known for just being stupid. I mean, I'm 44. Since I've been a kid, Donald Trump has been one of the most interesting men in the world, but one of the stupidest men in the world. He's intelligent when he has to be, but he does a lot of crazy stuff that makes no sense. And people voted him for the president. Hey. Because he got up there and told people it's going to be different, and I'm not part of the establishment, and, I'm going against the Washington insiders, all the same people who he's funded their campaigns. He had dinner parties for them. He's in bed with them, and he's been in bed with these type of people. Like I said, either you could vote for Wall Street, which was Hillary, or you could vote for All Street, which was Donald Trump, because any interest of the elite, he pretty much fulfills. So now here we are with this rigged stock market crash. And why do I say the stock market crash is always rigged? Because who controls the stock market? The societies and the elite. They can make it go up. They can make it go down. Like I say, these are the same people that during 9/11, when planes were hitting buildings, they were getting paid. Days before 9/11, many people who held stock in the airports had sold their stock. So, for those that don't know, I want you to do the research on the stock market. Remember, the stock market is just like any other form of gambling. They have two terms I want you to look at: going long and going short. So let's say that before the market opens today, I want to bet that the stock market will close high. Let's say it opened at 500. and I'm gonna bet it closes at around 700. Anywhere inside of 600 or 700, I can bet long. So I can bet on that 600 to 700 close, and I'm gonna get paid. Or I can wake up and say, well, when at 5, I think it's gonna drop down to 2, and I can bet on that too. They call that going short. So these are two terms people really don't understand in this high price betting game. And that day on 9/11, a whole bunch of people had shorted the market, especially when it came to airline stocks, so you can short a stock too. So let's say you went for the short that day on 3-4 different airlines. Their stock started at 7 and closed at 5 or 4, and you bet around 5 or 4. You get paid millions of dollars that day. While people were jumping out of windows, these 6 sadistic people were getting paid millions of dollars. This is how the elite work. This is how the society is set. Everything is a game to them. It's a game of sacrifice. They don't care how many Americans they kill, as long as they get something out the deal. To them, it's just a pleasurable, humorous sport laced in ritual. So here we go again. We had another so-called stock market crash, because be it as it may, the Great Depression was caused by these same people who rigged the stock market crash so they could pass all sorts of bills. Remember, we got Social Security out of the last major stock market crash, well, one of the major stock market crash in our history. So here we go again with another staged stock market crash. Wall Street is going to fall under the guidance of Donald Trump, Mr. Wall Street. The Wall Street stock market will begin to tumble, and it's tumbling slowly. But I want you to pay attention to the first report that it had dropped 666 points. If you utilize and read the Bible, you remember the mark of the beast being 666. Now, I'm not trying to get on a holy roly cap, because what you have to understand with these people is everything is done in ritual. 666, the number of the beast. Why do you think they use 666 points? They want to inform the elite of the plan, that the plan is in motion. If you don't know certain numbers, you always miss the cues. You always miss the sign that, okay, they up to something. So numbers like 666 in the Super Bowl, the score was 41-33. 33 is a big time number of the secret societies. 41 is a 13 prime number, is a big time number of the secret societies. Everything was put in motion Friday. It rolled on through the Super Bowl, and it'll continue to roll on this week as the stock market will continue to plummet. Why? Nobody knows. That's the whole game. And at the last second, they'll tell you, oh my God, and they'll come up with some crap. Look at the Super Bowl. Malcolm Butler sits out the Super Bowl. They wait 2 days to come up with some crap about why they pulled him out the Super Bowl. Then I hear guys today saying, well, he wasn't a good defender anyway. That's the type of game they play. They rigged it so Malcolm Butler couldn't play in the Super Bowl. He probably didn't want to go along with the plan, so they had to pull him out, or he agreed to it, but I don't think he agreed. I think sometimes people buck the system. He didn't want to go along with the plan, so they pulled him out the Super Bowl. He wanted to win, they wanted to lose. So they pulled him out the Super Bowl, and then, yesterday come with, well, he missed curfew. Come on, man, it's the Super Bowl. There's no more games. Who cares if he missed curfew? You can dock him a couple of dollars for that, but you pull him out the Super Bowl. But this is what they want you to believe. Just like they want you to believe the stock market is crashing. They control these markets. They can make them go up. They can make them go down. That's their prime initiative in life, to control, creating order, creating chaos, and then bring you to order. So this is their creation of chaos. Trump said all this stuff about how great the economy was, and now the stock market begins to crash, and that pretty much is going to be the beginning of his end right now. We're at the end of him now, so this is the beginning of the end for him, and it's going to round on in throughout the rest of the week. So watch some of the events of next week, but pay attention to certain numbers: 33, 41, 13, 11, 25. Be looking for certain numbers. 38, the numbers of death. Be looking for these numbers kind of imprinted on a lot of these stories. And if you see some of these numbers, drop a comment on the number you saw, and I'll give you the breakdown of why they utilize that number on that specific day. Mr. Motley, Back Row Ministry, peace and hair grease.